Hey there, Pueblo Garden Panthers. This is Mr. Konrad bringing you a story. One of my favorite things as the principal of our school is being able to get around to some of our elementary classrooms and read from them, read from a book to them, maybe a story that I've read to my own children or something I enjoyed when I was a kid. And so today I would like to read a book from the Favorite Tales of Monsters and Trolls. And the story I would like to read to you all today is called The Stone Cheese. There was once an old man who lived with his 3 sons in a small wooden house at the edge of a forest. The nights were growing long and cold, so one morning the old man asked his eldest son to go into the woods and chop down a tree for firewood. The eldest brother grumbled and groaned, for he did not like to do work. But finally, he went off with the smallest axe in the house he could find. When he reached the forest, he found the softest, rottenest old tree that he could. He had scarcely taken one whack at it before he felt a tap on his shoulder. He spun around, and there stood the ugliest, meanest-looking troll anyone could imagine. The monster had one red eye in the center of his forehead and a big nose shaped like an overgrown carrot. "Hey, you floppy fingers!" shouted the troll. "You chop down one tree in this forest and I'll break you into 2 pieces. Since the eldest brother much preferred to stay in one piece, he threw down his axe and ran home as fast as his legs could take him. He told his father he'd never go into the forest again. The next morning, it was the second son's turn to go for firewood. Bragging that no troll was going to frighten him, he took a bigger axe and picked an even taller tree. Scarcely had he begun to chop when the same ugly troll leapt down out of the treetop and landed on his head. "Hey, you spindly legs!" shouted the troll. "You chop down one tree in this forest and I'll break you into 3 equal pieces." The second brother had no wish to see himself in 3 pieces, so he threw down his axe, raced home as fast as his legs could take him. The next day, it was the youngest brother's turn. Now this brother had more brains than the other 2 combined. He picked the biggest axe in the house he could find and took a hard white ball of cheese from the cupboard. When the older brother saw him putting the cheese in his bag, they laughed and jeered. "Are you planning to feed that cheese to the troll?" they asked. But the youngest brother paid no attention to their sneers. "Who knows what use I'll find for the cheese," he said, and off he went with his bag swinging along behind him. When he reached the forest, he picked the tallest tree on the whole mountainside and went to work with his axe. He had scarcely taken 3 strokes before the troll came running up to him. "Hey, you flappy ears!" he shouted. "You chop down one tree in this forest and I'll break you into 4 pieces. "You just try it," cried the lad, "and I'll squeeze you into a blob of white jelly just as easily as I squeeze the water out of this stone." Taking the big white cheese out of his bag, he squeezed it in both hands, and juice squirted out of the cheese right into the troll's big eye. "Hey, hey, hey, hey!" shouted the troll, jumping up and down. "That's enough. I don't want to be crushed like that stone. Just spare me, and I'll chop down all the trees you wish. I'll even cut them up into logs and haul them back to your house." As soon as he heard that, the lad agreed to spare the troll. And from that day on, the ugly monster saw to it that the old man and his sons had all the firewood they needed. Well, thank you. That was The Stone Cheese from Favorite Tales of Monsters and Trolls. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.